In today's world, digital screens have become woven into every minute of our lives. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, open your eyes slowly, and before you even stretch your arms or drink a glass of water, your hand automatically reaches for your phone. You scroll through notifications, check who texted you, what happened online while you were asleep, and suddenly 15 minutes disappear without warning. During breakfast, your eyes are half on your food and half on your screen. While walking on the street, you glance down at your phone instead of noticing the world around you. At night, when you lie in bed, you promise yourself just one more video, but that one video turns into 1 hour. This is not coincidence. This is the new reality of modern life. This is digital addiction, an addiction silently consuming billions of people across the world. Digital addiction is one of the most underestimated addictions because it doesn't look dangerous from the outside. Alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, those addictions are visible, and society warns us about them. But scrolling endlessly on Instagram, binge-watching shows until 3 a.m., checking notifications every few minutes, these behaviors appear normal. Phones help us work, study, communicate, relax, and stay informed. Because they have so many useful functions, we rarely recognize when they start controlling us instead of helping us. But addiction has a very simple definition. When you lose control over something and it begins to dictate your behavior, it becomes an addiction. And today, smartphones and digital platforms are designed to keep us hooked, not to set us free. To understand why digital addiction is so powerful, we need to understand how our brains work. Every time you receive a like on your photo, a comment, a message, or even a random notification, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is a pleasure chemical, the same one triggered by sugar, gambling, and even drugs. It tells your brain, this feels good, do it again. Social media developers know this very well. That's why apps are intentionally designed to trigger dopamine as often as possible. The infinite scroll feature, for example, ensures there is no natural stopping point. You keep scrolling because your brain expects something new, exciting, or funny just one swipe away. Algorithms study your habits, what you watch, what you like, what makes you pause. Using this information, they show you things you cannot resist. You don't control your feed. The feed controls you. These small dopamine hits may feel harmless, but over time, they reshape the brain. The more dopamine you get from short, fast entertainment, the more your brain becomes dependent on quick pleasure. Real-life activities, studying, reading, working, or even talking to someone, begin to feel slow and boring. Your attention span shrinks. People who once could focus for 20 minutes without distraction now struggle to stay focused for even 8 or 10 minutes. Short videos train the brain to expect stimulation constantly. Anything that requires patience or deep thinking becomes difficult. As a result, our ability to concentrate, reflect, or engage deeply weakens dramatically. Digital addiction also affects the way we connect with reality. The online world is colorful, filtered, exciting, filled with highlights and perfect moments. Real life, in contrast, is imperfect, slow, and often challenging. The more time you spend in the digital world, the more real life feels dull. People begin to detach emotionally from everyday experiences. They lose interest in hobbies, meaningful conversations, and moments of stillness. One of the most damaging effects is on our mirror neurons, the part of the brain responsible for understanding emotions and empathy. Spending too much time on screens reduces face-to-face interactions, making it harder to read expressions, maintain eye contact, or connect emotionally with others. This is one reason why social anxiety has skyrocketed. Relationships suffer silently but deeply. Couples may sit next to each other, physically close but emotionally distant. One scrolling through YouTube, the other lost in Instagram reels. They barely talk, yet they feel busy. Parents often hand tablets or phones to children to keep them quiet, teaching kids from a very young age that screens are the solution to boredom, stress, or sadness. This becomes a foundation for lifelong dependence. Friendships also weaken because people choose the quick excitement of digital entertainment over the effort of meeting in person. Social bonding fades, replaced by digital consumption that gives only the illusion of connection. Perhaps one of the biggest victims of digital addiction is sleep. Using a phone before bed sends mixed signals to your brain. The bright screen reduces melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep. The content you watch, exciting videos, emotional conversations, dramatic reels, keeps the brain alert. Instead of calming down, your brain becomes more active. You go to bed late, struggle to fall asleep, wake up feeling tired, and then use your phone again to wake up, repeating the cycle. Over time, irregular sleep leads to mood swings, fatigue, poor memory, irritability, and decreased productivity. Digital addiction also has severe impacts on mental health. Constant exposure to filtered, edited, idealized lives online creates unrealistic expectations. People compare themselves to influencers, celebrities, or even friends who post only the best moments of their lives. This comparison leads to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and depression. Anxiety rises because people constantly check their phones in fear of missing out. FOMO. Many people even experience phantom vibration syndrome, feeling as though their phone vibrated when it didn't. This is a psychological sign of deep dependency. Mentally, the brain becomes overloaded with information, leaving people exhausted without doing any real work. Productivity collapses in the face of constant digital distraction. Even though smartphones can be powerful tools, most people use them for entertainment rather than growth. Notifications interrupt our flow every few minutes. Switching between tasks becomes a habit, damaging our ability to think deeply. Creativity declines because the brain is always in a reactive mode, never resting long enough to generate new ideas. Many people end their day feeling like they accomplished nothing, even though they were busy the whole time, busy scrolling, not living. The good news is that digital addiction is reversible. It begins with awareness. One of the most effective ways to regain control is to consciously reduce screen time. App timers or digital well-being tools can help limit social media usage. Turning off unnecessary notifications cuts off the constant dopamine triggers. A powerful strategy is the 30-30 rule. Avoid screens for 30 minutes after waking up and 30 minutes before sleeping. This small habit can dramatically improve focus and sleep quality. Taking 1 day per week as a digital detox day helps the brain reset and reconnect with real experiences. Practicing deep work, 20 to 30 minutes of focused activity with your phone in another room, slowly rebuilds your attention span. And very importantly, reconnect with real life. Meet friends, walk outside, read physical books, engage in hobbies, talk to people face to face. These experiences rebuild emotional strength and enrich the mind in ways screens never can. Families can also adopt simple rules, such as using a phone basket during meals where everyone puts their phone aside and spends quality time together. Small changes like these rebuild relationships, strengthen emotional bonds, and restore the joy of human connection. In the end, the most important truth is this: your time and attention are the most valuable assets you have. To succeed in life, you must first master your mind, and that begins with controlling your digital habits. Technology is powerful and beneficial, but only when you control it. When technology controls you, it steals your time, weakens your mind, and distracts you from your purpose. Your phone is a tool, not your master. Your attention is limited. Protect it. Your mind deserves peace. Give it space. The moment you reclaim your focus, you reclaim your life. And that single decision can change everything.